vote be taken? So open the meeting 6 o'clock, vote for all visitors. Ask if there's any public comments, make it now. Being seen, Scott, do we have any changes to the agenda?
I have no changes for the agenda.
I'm sorry, the action items. I'm sorry, so, yes.
Can the minutes be approved together or separate?
Separate.
They're going to be separate.
So I make a motion to approve the minutes of July 21st.
All right. Second. All right, we have a motion second to approve the minutes of July 21st, 2026. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Aye.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes of July 30th.
No, who can't vote on this? Who can't vote?
Vince.
Then still, okay. All right, go ahead, Joe.
I make a motion to approve the minutes of July 30th.
All right, we have a second. Now we have a motion second to approve the minutes of July 30th, 2026. All those in favor say aye.
Then I didn't want
Motion carries, Scott. Abstention.
to get back.
Select Board to possibly appoint a member to the Deerfield River Advisory Committee. I have a letter from Christopher Curtis, Vice President of the Deerfield River Watershed Association. And they're currently conducting a study of the Deerfield River tributaries to determine if it can be designated as a national scenic.
No.
Partnering this project with the Wyndham Regional Commission with assistance from
What's in here, maybe?
the grant. To assist us in and guide us in this process, we're forming a Deerfield River Advisory Committee. This group will meet 3 times over the course of the next 6 months to help guide and prepare the study. And they're asking you to appoint 1 representative to serve on behalf of your town to join us on this committee.
Any takers?
I'd be happy to do it, but I don't have a lot of knowledge to speak about. But
The eagerness. Well, I guess one of the questions is, what does it mean eligible for national protection? I just sound like someone tells us that's it sounds very restricted for us.
You know how often it is, well?
3 times.
3 times in 6 months, so. I
The
mean,
first meeting is September 10th.
I think that's part of the process is to be able to gain that.
Legal interest.
No, they'll have Zoom on.
We do it?
Yep. There's an opportunity for remote participation in these meetings.
I always see extra time on that. Charlie has volunteered, so. So, would somebody like to make a motion to appoint Charlie? To make a motion to appoint advisory? Sorry?
Make a motion to appoint Charlie.
All right, to the Deerfield Valley Advisory Committee. All right, you have a second? The motion is second to appoint Charles Foster to be a member of the Deerfield Valley Advisory Committee. Wilmington Selectboard. All those in favor say aye. 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 Opposed? Thank you, Jack. You've got this. I think the term's only about 10 years. Scott?
6 months. The select board will approve errors and omissions for the 2026 spring list. You should have a copy in front of you. These are pretty straightforward. I'll just run through them. Look at number 1. The owners came into dispute open space in the attic, which is found to be incorrect. And other errors were found. A new kitchen in 2017, an extra bathroom, incorrect square footage of the basement that needed to be updated. And so the change was listed from 288,390 to 282,650. Number 2, the mobile home that was on the property was removed prior to April 1st, 2026. So that property that was listed as $215,860 is now listed as $191,030. Number three, this parcel was left active and created a tax bill in error after the owner did a lot merger. You will see that that item was deleted since it had already been taxed. That was listed at $75,000, now listed at 0. Number four, the owner demolished his camp on leased land in Southern Vermont Boating Club prior to April 1st, 2026. So that is now listed at 0, from 108,460 to 0. Items number 5 and 6, 2 parcels needed to be combined to match their current use filing. So that number 5 is the parent parcel now, and number 6 is inactive.
Okay. Any questions? No questions, someone like to make a motion?
I'll make a motion to select board approve the Errors and omissions for the 2020 list as so stated.
Wait a second. All right, we have motion second to approve the errors and omissions for the 2026 grand list as presented. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
Next action item is the select board to possibly approve a voting delegate for the VLCT annual meeting on October 6, 2026. Normally, when you meet to vote as your delegate, you have to be at the meeting of a board meeting that day at the same time as well. However, so if the select board would like to attend, they are welcome to do that.
I want to move that we approve the voting delegate, Mr. Scott Tucker, the VLCT annual meeting on October 6th, 2026, unless there's somebody else with that. Okay, let's see the be again for Scott. All right. So we have motion second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Scott, you are hereby it. Thank you.
Cedar Street, Christine, I hope you're looking at this one.
Sitting up there, or just sitting here?
No, if you want to,
I'm sure I was doing much for helping.
The select board to possibly authorize the town manager to issue an RFP for engineering services for the Beaver Street and Westland Cemetery wall and sidewalk improvement project. So you have a memorandum in front of you. This was also submitted to the cemetery commission. And question before you is, would you authorize me to issue an RFP for engineering services for the Beaver Street, Westland Cemetery wall, and sidewalk improvement project? And following evaluation proposals, a recommendation for consultant selection, contract award will be presented to the select board and cemetery commission for consideration and possible approval. As part of the process, the land in the cemetery that will be affected by the shifting of the wall will be evaluated to ensure no grades are disturbed. I'll just tell you that the John Boyd works with the commission and they've said this on several occasions. There's an underground locators group that's going to be in the Benton area, and he thinks it will be cost effective and will visit us to be sure that there are no graves near the site where we would like to move the wall. So this goes back to something Vince been waiting a long time to hear about. Proposal before we get an engineer would be, can we move the wall back, create a safe sidewalk in that area? When I say sidewalk, I'm thinking of a more cost-effective approach like asphalt. And least go up to, through the land, which is a pole right now, to the land where the old firehouse is. And at the same, at a different time, like this September, Marshall has said he would like to line that area, line the area to create more definition between the park in front of the old firehouse and a crosswalk to define Church Street a little bit better. It seems like a lot, but the idea is to create a safety walking area around the cemetery wall. That has been noticed by a number of people. It's like it is bulging out, potentially falling down. Now, just let Christine tell you about her talk with the cemetery commission.
It's a topic that's actually been talked about for a couple of years now. Well, I think you've all probably noticed it's like the area that seems to be shifting. And so that's something that the cemetery commissioners have been concerned about. We put it into the budget this year to do some engineering work for the current fiscal year. When I brought this thing wording to the cemetery commissioners, they are definitely on board with having time to move forward with getting an engineer. Their main concern, of course, is the grave sites. Is a secondary concern is their rocks. The rocks that are there consistently. They were receptive to moving forward with this plan as well. Find an engineer to help us to make it the best that we can.
We're also going to determine whether there are graves there.
Yeah, I know that Scott said John had been looking for somebody for probably 6 months now and found a group. My understanding is they're going to be in this coming Friday, so instead of charging us for travel time, they would just be really charging us for being here. So it costs less than half, I think, what they originally paid. So that will be put a little bit ahead of where we were originally. I think it's still working.
We're trying to find someone in the cemetery conversation.
They're trying to find somebody to find out if there is somebody in the cemetery.
Yeah, we lost them. We gotta find someone.
We don't know.
Yeah, I mean, the cemetery commissioners feel pretty safe that there's nothing in the area that we're talking about moving, but they want to be 100% sure, which makes sense, especially with the ages of those graves.
There's no room left there, right? Is there?
As far as I know, there's no room left to dress them at all.
So be a bigger situation.
Yeah. I mean, Charlie already started over this stuff, yes. Cemetery is fun. No, I mean, I think
We're all, obviously, we gotta engineer else.
right, make sure about how the wall has to be built, how far back we can move it. Get a decent sidewalk to make it safe, because there are more people that didn't walk on Beaver Street down there, especially with the daycare that's over there. In the winter time, they take the kids down Beaver Street daily.
Pretty tough to put a sidewalk.
The way it is currently, you just can't, not with a two-way traffic, you know. So that's with the ability, if we had with that sidewalk, the wall back as far as we'd like to be able to create that sidewalk space and tie into the sidewalk that we want to have go around the Veterans Park over to the sidewalks that are there for the public safety facility. And to also hopefully delineate Church Street a little bit more so that's not quite as big of a freak around.
We have a survey on that. Cemetery commission have a survey on that.
If there is one, it'd be down the town clerk. So
Okay, all right.
it's an old cemetery, so sure it's the same.
Well, good.
It backs up to both town properties.
Well, I know we just did a survey on the library. Found out lots of stuff we didn't have. It's like that.
Sometimes you just don't know.
So you- Okay. Would somebody like to make a motion if anyone has any questions on this?
I would make a motion to authorize the town manager to issue RFP for engineering services for the Beaver Street Wrestling Cemetery wall and sidewalk.
Second. Well, motion is second. To authorize the town manager to issue an RFP for engineering services for Beaver Street Westland Cemetery wall and sidewalk improvement project. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank
Thank you. We'll get that taken care of.
So the next item is the Riley Boyd Road discussion. Previous discussion, we had site visit, and this is the third time around. The select board possibly approved the Riley Boyd Road Pent Road resolution classifying Riley Boyd as a Pent Road. Would you like to do it now?
You want to come first? Okay. We'll read questions.
So the possible resolution as written, the advice is that the Riley Boyd Road, Kent Road resolution resolved that the select board grants written permission for the segment of Riley Boyd Road between the properties of the Eisenberg Family Trust, UAD 62 Riley Boyd Road, past the town turnaround, and Vermont Sugarwood LLC, and Jennifer R. Roy at 47 Green Road, being closed and occupied as a Pent Road pursuant to Title 19 Vermont statutes annotated section 301 sub 4, 304 sub A 5, and authorizes the owner or owners of agents thereof of land adjoining that segment to install unlocked gates at locations on the segment designated or approved in writing by the select board. Precise location of each gate and any later relocation may be designated or approved in writing by the select board or the highway superintendent from time to time without further amendment of this resolution. The town shall post signage at each end of the segment stating Class 4 Town Highway, Kent Road, ATVs and UTVs prohibited, foot travel permitted, unlocked gate, please close the gate. At each gate, the town shall also post a secondary sign stating no turnaround beyond this point, do not enter adjoining fields. Costs associated with the installation, relocation, and maintenance of the gates and signage shall be borne by the adjoining landowner or landowners undertaking or requesting the work. All work shall be completed to the satisfaction of the town. A certified copy of this resolution, together with any later designation or approval of a gate location, shall be recorded in the office of the Wilmington Town Clerk, dated in Wilmington, Vermont, this 18th day of August, 2026, with signature field below.
I can give you a copy.
I'll give you the, and the location is on, one, When is that determined? How is it?
We think that, before we start, state your name first.
Okay.
The 62 RD Boyd Road, which is the house at the end that's closest to where the gate was to be placed. So we agree that with you that the gate might be a deterrent for anybody thinking of going down there for whatever reason they want. The only thing we would like is that the gate not be placed right at the end of the road, right at the end of our driveway, so that it doesn't become a total turnaround for anybody coming down the road using our driveway to do that. Usually in the past, when they do that, they miss the driveway, they go to the right, they go to the left. And there's a culvert under the driveway, that steep drop on one side also. So if the gate that you want as a deterrent could be placed like 10 yards down, 15 yards or 20 yards down, people will see that and that would be fine for us. And help that as a deterrent for anybody wishing or choosing to go down. You know, there's experience like part of the party that we see a vehicle like a car or a pickup down the road. Used to be the people that down the road, ATVs or whatever, like 10 years ago. But those kids have grown up. ATVs are gone. There's nobody going down with ATVs or anything I know. I haven't seen it at all. So I think just by moving it down, it'll serve the same purpose as a deterrent to anybody wanting that to see where it stop.
I agree.
Whoa, this is good news. Before it was just no.
Well, I mean, I
I
see.
just would like it further down, so it's
Not
not
at the
interfering
exact
with the
base of
turnaround.
our driveway.
Well, not further down, so it's the town.
That would be nice, but other than that,
So what I have to do at this point, Mr. Fisher, is there something you would like to add to that?
I think what you read is certainly good, and having been at the site visit out there, where Marshall had said slightly down from the town turnaround there, where the gate would go, certainly meets with Mr. Wayne, of course, is on Zoom tonight. And I believe that usually so it just puts it down just a little bit from the turnaround, but the idea, I think, is that you want people pulling in with plow turnaround and not going into the Asperger's driveway. So all of that, I think, is a win-win situation.
Yeah. What the hell is that? Oh, yeah. So, but it's an agreement. But where's Mr. Madden? You're not coming in tonight?
he thought it was yesterday.
He said he would be here. This is not.
Okay, all right. Well, I want to make sure, I seem to be in agreement last week also.
Right, when you guys, when you were there, you said, you looked at it, and you said, maybe you should put it down like 20, 25 yards, in between the, Austin, what's the name? Other one,
Wait.
later. So between the two, I would have liked to drive by his property, because he didn't shoot, they also saved from going, people riding on his property. But I thought, they're saying, you know, it's too far down, people can't see, so in between, it's agreeable to us.
And they can see it because it's downhill slightly, and when they come up, they see the gate, they return right away, which could work.
But really honestly, I think it's 3 feet on the side, you know. I mean,
I just want to make sure
can't-
Mr. Rabbit's not be upset.
Well,
He's owned that place since gone. He's owned that property out there since gone.
Yes.
So, and he was very clear about that.
yeah, but I think it's
It's in
not
agreement
representative.
with what we.
Okay.
That's what I suggested.
I don't know
Like
why
we
you
said, it's kind of a bus, or down, I think. People can see it, it serves a purpose, deter anybody that's thinking of going down.
Okay.
Whether it's very too big or whatever. It's very, 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 years on anybody chooses to drive down.
So can I ask you a question before? So originally, you didn't want a gate at all. So are you saying now that you're willing to compromise because you see the tide that we're going to put a gate there? Or would you rather still not have a gate?
I'll be riding on it.
That's what
I see
That's
that,
what I
but I
mean.
see
Thanks.
his point, I'm not actually
None
see
of the
that point.
circumstances, if you want to deter there, a gate move down there to serve that purpose.
But yet you're saying no one drives down there anyway.
Not with a car.
As a matter of fact, I want to tell you something. The other day, Wayne, was battling out, we were battling out, he almost crashed. Because we never ever looked to the left, if anybody's coming
I was
out.
backing up and he was coming, we almost had a collision. So
So,
I just think that
cars
So
are
is everybody-
wrong.
I don't think the gate's gonna help you with that. So. I don't think the gate is gonna help you with that.
Well, he'll have to close the gate so it goes slower.
Yeah, yeah, we'll see that now.
I was going slow anyways.
I thought I spoke to Wayne and he seemed in agreement with placing it down the ways from the actual edge of the driveway down. Deter people from going down there that might do mischievous things like trying to, whichever the case.
Just want to make sure everybody's happy here.
On that note,
Jim, how about you?
No,
Jim.
Jim, not Jim.
Jim.
Yeah. Oh.
Yes,
Jen.
Jennifer Roy, I have 47 Green Road, so I am on the southernmost end of Riley Boyd Road, Class 4 Road. I am in favor of having that become a pent road, obviously still allows farm access. People who need to, but could access a deterrent. Location could be perhaps to be determined on that, and where is it accommodating for Mr. Force to pull his market off the road, but I think that would.
And some utilities.
Correct. Yeah, and far enough above the underground utilities, so that's not.
Okay, all right.
So they're gonna negate it both ends.
Well, that's, yes, ma'am.
I think from my experience, yes, I was down a Great Road. Most of the intrusions on the grants seem to come in.
When they
It
came
was
up,
more accessible because before that road was slightly improved, it was really inaccessible. It seemed that was an easier access to the fields.
Mr. Fisher, anything you like to add?
I think that's about it. I think as far as the exact location, next year has a good idea, and I thought the site visit was a great site visit, because it gave people, eyes on the scene, especially going down towards Jennifer's house. That end of the road being impacted by car. So unless Wayne has anything to add from Zoom, I don't think.
No, the audio on my end's been a little broken, but I've got most of it, so I'm fine.
So we thank all. We'll move ahead. If something has come up, obviously,
So,
we'll
anyway,
contact us.
just-
Sure. If something comes up that you don't like, I'm sure you're going to contact us.
I'm sure,
I'm sure.
but the good is that, so when you guys decide, I would like to do that, when you decide whether the road exactly, how to get it going.
We're not going to decide where the gate is going to be. I think. What we're going to do tonight is we're going to float a resolution to approve this and move forward. Okay, now you saw even with the resolution that's involved, things can be amended, things can be changed, they can be modified, or even canceled. Okay, that is some of the problems that happen at the time. Who's going to own the property after you, Phil?
Children,
There you go, see?
actually, my daughter, was the not, but, she has 3 years.
Tell her you were already resolved. All right, so folks, if there won't be questions for the board. Would somebody like to make a?
No, before we start the motion, I just want to say a couple of words, because I think this whole idea is basically an attempt by the 2 homeowners on either side to make this apartment up. You can tell me all you want, the gate's not going to do that. The gate is going to deter anybody from using it, Tom, I'm not done. Anybody from using it. Jennifer bought the property knowing that she was on basically a couple of feet from a road. But now they want to put a gate there so no one's going to drive there. Mr. Course, somehow there was a berm put in at the end of the road, right next to a camper that he has 2 feet from the road that he's living at or whatever, that nobody could drive past that berm. So of course they're going to go up your property. Your resolution is to put a gate on your property, not to have the town close that road and make it private, because you don't want to have the expense of putting a gate on your property. So this is just, to me, an attempt to make the road private, just for the benefit of the 2 people on the 2 sides of the road. That's my opinion.
Okay, but that's, all right, hey, so folks, I'm gonna make the motion. To approve the Riley Board Road, Kent Road resolution that was read into the minutes here tonight. For reclassifying Riley Boyd Road as Kent Road. All those in favor, I'm sorry, second? You already have a second? The motion is second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed?
Opposed.
The motion carries.
Thank you. Thank you.
I don't think I stopped. Maybe I'll start driving down there.
I don't know if you know, I don't know if you know the check.
Thank you very much. Oh. Scott? Oh, I'm sorry, I moved to the liquor commission. All right, all those in favor, any move your wish, say aye. Aye, opposed?
It's a second class renewal for family dwellings.
That's it.
That's it.
So maybe, yes, please do.
Make a motion to approve the second class renewal.
All right. So we have a second. There's a motion to second to approve the second class renewal for family dwelling. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed?
Who seconded that, sir?
All right. How good business, Scott?
The September meeting schedule, I think we talked about this once before. The meeting is scheduled for the day after Labor Day. We'd like to have one meeting on the Thursday.
What we talked about was extending the summer skate week by September. So doing the third week of September. We have Labor Day coming the very next day after Labor Day will be our first meeting. We don't need that meeting. That's that. So like we said, 1 more month.
I can tell you that I have no problem, but I am gonna be putting the permits in for wine festival, and that'll be, that work is the same as wine festival. So I'm fine with the later date, but we'll have to have a special. Yeah.
Move right away.
Oh, yeah, one can't get back to the station.
Okay, all right. We don't need a motion. So,
General consent.
so does anybody want something that want to extra meeting then? All right, so done.
So we're going to meet on the 15th.
15th, that's the second. That's the
Good.
second, okay, 15th.
So Tuesday.
Yes.
15th.
And, but Charlie's gonna make the meeting before. Before Labor Day.
Yes, yeah, okay, all right.
So we'll have to schedule one next week.
So
Well, you know,
I'll have the list. It'll be, as long as we do it in the first 2 weeks.
Before the third, okay.
Yeah,
I'm
before the
sorry.
third.
Yeah, wine and harvest is the week of their meeting, so it can't wait. for
Okay.
The week
15,
before, so.
But it's the week before. And we'll
Okay.
probably have other ones that.
Okay.
We don't.
All right. Folks, we're down to select board comments. John, you want to start it off?
I am good.
All right. Tommy?
Good of your
Vincent? All right. Charlie?
Nothing.
I have nothing. Scott?
I thought for sure Vince was gonna go on the cemetery.
I didn't know that. Bodies are us, right?
So just to bring everyone up to speed, I think we mentioned this before, but this will be fully up to speed. Fuzzy Town Park. We are managing or trying to manage the knotweed that has been in there for years and years along the river. So the town of Wilmington planned a multi-year effort that is underway to control Japanese knotweed at Fuzzy Park. It's an invasive species, I think everyone knows, that can displace native vegetation, degrade riparian habitat, contribute to stream bank erosion, and potentially increase risks to nearby infrastructure. The town has engaged ecological land management. It's an ecological restoration firm with experience in knotweed management and wetland and riparian projects to develop and implement a management program. He spoke at the library probably spring or early summer. Current plan uses targeted herbicide treatments as the primary management method. Based on the contractor's assessment, this approach provides the most effective balance of environmental protection, cost, labor, and long-term control of this site. Plan calls for treatments over multiple growing seasons, with the response of the knotweed evaluated each year and future treatments adjusted as appropriate. The town recognizes the use of herbicides raises legitimate questions and has provided the contractors detailed explanation, treatment approach, products, alternatives considered, and multi-year work plan on the town website. So residents are encouraged to review the full letter and plan at Vermont.us on the website. At the Saladino's is on site beginning to move Veterans Memorial Park, so they should be working there this week. At the clerk's office at Eldred, the assistant town clerk will receive her certified Vermont clerk certificate at the fall conference of the Vermont Municipal Clerks and Treasurers Association on September 9th. We received an advanced certificate as well this year. So they are continuing with their education in the clerk. So in terms of the clerk advanced training, there are 3 or 4 more advanced trainings, right? There's 3 or 4 more they can achieve. So it's an ongoing process. Remember, we hired AD Plumbing, Heating and Cooling, AD Bills. He will be here to begin work on August the 28th. Taking off for 2 ACs, adding 2 heat pumps. Superintendent Marshall Dick shared a message from a neighbor on the road. And the neighbor said, I'm at the end of Look Road, and I just wanted to let you know what a beautiful job those guys are doing. The road has never looked as nice. They're widening it in certain areas. This was a grant. They've really done a lot of work, and it's just beautiful. I just want to let you know I appreciate it. And that was a voice note. Okay, all right. I will say this. I have to say, when I first got here, and we're going over that new bridge, it didn't look like someplace you should actually drive. But if you have minutes to go up there, quite nice. And the and that was part of the grant for RGP.
Grants,
So-
Yeah, it's part of the MRP stuff.
Grants.
water.
So in July, State Dam Safety Program sent their latest inspection report and with a message. So this team has changed over the years that I've been here, so these are new folks. And we had a conversation and they provided the completed periodic inspection report from May 2026. And they discussed this with their team, and when they drafted the inspection report, and they noticed that MSK incorrectly referenced the crest of the dam as a secondary outlet. The team discussed this configuration due to lack of overtopping protection on the crest, as well as no formal documentation showing the cutoff wall of the dam is capable of being safely overtopped. The team has concluded that it would be improper to consider the downstream cutoff wall as a formal secondary outlet spillway. All this means something to the engineer that we hired. Therefore, the state views this feature as the highest non-overflow portion of the dam and not the formal spillway feature. We understand that the town of Wilmington is actively pursuing a design project to move the conceptual design to a final design, which currently includes the crest of the dam as a spillway. Prior to proceeding and due to this stated discrepancy, it is recommended that preliminary design meeting be held to be sure this is properly addressed and any final design documents that are submitted for program review. Understand they already have what they need before they wrote this. All I'm going to say is the engineer used to work for MSK, now working for a firm over in New Hampshire. He is reviewing this, and I asked him to give me an agreement in terms of the additional, the final design in our structure. And in light of this statement, I'd like the same engineer to work on this. So wait until I get the proposal and I'll be back asking for approval of that proposal. So all things seem to change. The police department had a thank you note. And basically the thank you note was very brief. It says, John, thank you for assisting Dad. He and we are very grateful. It was signed. Chief Morano wrote to Officer Waytakus. I would like to extend my appreciation for the assistance you rendered to elderly motorists here in Wilmington. As you know, WPD received a very nice check for $100. So in this card, there's $100 which was returned. A very nice thing. Approach to policing, which is centered around caretaking, exactly the type of policing that we pride ourselves in here at WPD. Thanks for making this all look good. That was from the chief. Great takes. All the cases in legal change. So that's all I have for you tonight. I forgot I had one. I forgot. Oh, please, walk us up.
I would like to extend a huge thanks to Therese. I think it was 2 weekends ago. I got a frantic call from Brian who forgot to get their marriage license. And Jessica and Scott helped me get in touch with Therese. We met them down there so they could get their on a Saturday. So, thank you very much.
Very happy company.
Small thing.
Go curse her up.
So they can come out Sunday.
That's all I have for you.
All right, so I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second? All right, a motion to adjourn in a second, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
By the way, and now that we're out of, there is still, Mr. Chapter vote.